Hey there, we're here with Haley from Circle Studios. And
Hi.
Haley is a nurse during all of this time, but she is going to tell us a little bit about her shop and her. So introduce yourself, Haley.
Hi, everyone. My name is Haley. I am, like Kate said, a nurse, but most importantly, I am a creator. I like to create. I like to make things. I am a self-taught fiber artist. I am from Prince Edward Island, but I moved to St. John earlier this year. And yeah, so I make modern fiber art, like wall hangings, different, so you see like the tapestries. I also do round circle weavings. I've done a little bit of macrame and a little bit of like clay art too, but anyway, mostly weaving and fiber art. That's basically the main thing that I do.
So how did you learn what you do?
How did I learn? I am self-taught. I tried crocheting and knitting for a little while and it just didn't stick with me. Like I just didn't like it. I tried painting for a little while and I didn't like painting very much. I didn't like that I couldn't like just erase everything and like start over again. And then I was kind of introduced to fiber arts through like, honestly, through like just scrolling through Instagram and Pinterest. I was like, that's kind of cool. I could do that. So I picked up a Martha Stewart DIY loom kit from Michael's, and the rest is like, here I am. Like, I made a few for like friends or for baby showers or presents for friends, and eventually I had more people asking, so I started an Etsy shop and did my first big market in spring of 2019, and here we are now. So that's pretty much my story.
Awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about your creative process and what inspires you in your design?
Of course. Yeah. So the word circles and circle studios actually comes from like, I guess it's like a quote or something. My mom's also a super crafter, and anytime she was in like a one-off like craft fair at like our church growing up, she would call herself Circles in Time, because she would always use things like to recycle them, and everything has a circle in time, she would say. So I knew I wanted to have that in my like my brand somewhere. So basically I started with a lot of recycled and upcycled materials. So I would find at thrift stores, or someone would give me like a pair of jeans that had a rip in them, and then I would cut them up and make them into something else. So I'd say about half of my stash right over here is recycled or thrifted, but then the other half I try to support local makers or small business owners within Etsy as much as I can. So basically, I don't really know, like I get inspired by different things. Sometimes it's by nature, sometimes it's by music, other times, you know, just everyday life feelings, I guess. So yeah, it's basically my creative process is I like to pick things up that are probably gonna go in the garbage and put them in a wall hanging somewhere, and they're art.
I love it. So can you tell us about a really cool customer experience you've had?
Oh my goodness. I don't even know. Like I can't think. I can think of a few. There's one. I have one follower on my Instagram, and she's also a client or a customer as well. Her name's Adrian. I love her so much, and we just like have developed a friendship through her buying one of my things one time, posting about it on her Instagram, tagging me, and I was like, hey, thank you so much. And like now we like exchange pictures of our cats all the time, and like we like call each other out on our stories and be like, here's Louie saying good morning to Adrian. And anyway, so that's like probably my favorite customer ever. She's so great.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Like the connections
Yeah.
that you can make
Yeah.
from being a maker and being having.
Yeah. And
So
yeah.
can you tell us the farthest place you've ever shipped one of your weavings?
Honestly, I used to just do Canada-wide shipping for a while. And I just kind of opened up to the States and worldwide now. The furthest, oh my goodness, probably Florida. I mean, I know that's not that far, but that's the furthest for me is Florida. So, I think I've done a few to North Carolina as well. And I think I went to Utah as well. So a bunch of different places in the States that like I've never been, but it's really cool to see that where they're going for sure.
It's kind of cool to think like of a little piece of, I'm gonna say Atlantic Canada, because your intern
Yeah.
with PI is in those places and is decorating the walls of somebody's house
Mhm.
in Florida.
Yeah. Like the one that I sent to Florida, it's like a macro weave type idea. And I made it with the idea of like the ocean in mind. And obviously, whenever I think of the ocean, I think of the Atlantic Ocean, and it's kind of cold here in Canada. So that one went to Florida. And I was like, well, that's kind of cool too, because like they're surrounded by the ocean, but like a different type of ocean, I guess. So yeah.
That's really cool though. So tell me about one of your favorite parts about being from Atlantic Canada.
Oh my goodness, the community. Community is the best part here. Like honestly, like I was loved being a part of Etsy Team PEI, and I feel like I can always talk to anyone from there for advice, or always welcome at markets there, and I love everyone there. But as soon as I moved here and like to New Brunswick, it was like I like contacted you, and here we are, like been such a great community so far, and like just like the community and the sense of pride even from being from Atlantic Canada is so strong. Like people are so proud to say I'm from New Brunswick or I'm from PEI. Like I just love that. That's my favorite part.
I think that's like the answer that we're getting in these interviews across the board, is that it's the community, and it just
Yeah.
even outside of the maker community, it's just like being in Atlantic Canada is
Mm-hmm.
a special kind of feeling.
Yeah, it's a special place for sure. Yeah.
Tell me about a maker that inspires you.
Oh man, it's so hard. There's so many of them. Um, Honestly, like, well, my first maker who really inspired me was Jane Glamp from PEI. She's also a weaver. She's Modern Jane. She also owns Current Collective with Jen Cochran, who owns Kitten Oak as well. They're both amazing, inspiring people. I like looking at Jane's work, and like it's so inspiring, and just like it almost like is like a clean palette every time I look at it. I also super inspired by the brand, the Instagram, what's it called? Hand and Fiber. I can't pronounce her name. It's a different name, but she's in Boston, Massachusetts, and she makes some of the most stunning wall hangings, clay pieces ever. I just love her work so much. Every time I look at it, I'm like, ooh, that's like pushing the boundaries, so I can push the boundaries a little bit too.
That's awesome. I love that you get inspired by other people pushing boundaries and saying like, oh, cool, I can do that. That's okay. I love that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Tell me why it's so important to support our local makers.
I mean, why not? Like, I've heard so many people at work being like, I just want to go to Home Sense, and I'm like, there's an Etsy market happening this weekend. Like, hop on your computer. Like, you don't even have to leave your house. Like, I'm like, you're supporting someone, like someone's dream, basically. Like, it's my dream to have a creative outlet that I get to share with people. It's your dream to have a job where you can work from home and be with your kids all the time. Like, support that dream, support those people's lives. Like, it's just so important to always support, no matter if it's crafts, if it's homemade goods, if it's your groceries. So important to always support them. You're paying for a quality product too, and you will always know it's a quality product.
That's a perfect answer. I love it. I want to know something interesting about you, a fun fact.
A fun fact about me? Oh, that's a good one. I'm a scuba diver.
Tell us.
Yeah. I haven't dove in like 3 years, but yeah, I have my certification to be a scuba diver. It's pretty fun.
Cool. And like hidden treasure or sunken treasure?
No, I actually got my license whenever I was in Thailand. And I think the coolest thing I ever saw, we were I was actually in Bali when this happened, and we went to a place where there was a bunch of manta rays around us. It was like known for the manta rays, and got to like swim with all these manta rays. And one time, like my instructor or the guide, he like tapped my shoulder and he told me to look around. There was a manta ray coming right behind me. It was so cool.
Oh, that would be.
Those don't sting you. Those ones don't sting you.
That's a bit nerve-wracking. No, I love it. I want to say a shout out to Haley, because Haley also is our Instagram expert and runs our local Etsy New Brunswick Instagram page. But you can also find her on her own social media channels. Haley, tell us what those channels are, or what your handles are.
Yeah, for sure. First of all, I'm going to say I'm no Instagram expert. I've never taken a class on how to run an Instagram account. I'm learning as I'm going, and Kate and I, like, it's so great to work with you, like to learn everything as I'm going. It's so fun. My Instagram handle is at circles_studios. And my Facebook, you can find me Circles Weaving is what you can find me on. I did a rebrand earlier, and Facebook won't let me change my name, but we're just going to go with it for now. So Circles Studios on Instagram and Circles Weaving on Facebook. You can also find me on Pinterest under Circles Studios as well.
Oh, awesome. Perfect. We are going to link that in the next slide so you can follow Haley. But thank you so much for joining us, and we can't wait to see you in your shop.
Oh, no, thank you. It's been a pleasure. I'm so excited.